I'm Brian Miller, and with me, as always, is Dr. Kristy.
As always.
That's right, as always, in life, in art, on Patreon.
Lucky him.
Everywhere. And today, we are going to talk about space. Ooh, space.
The final frontier.
So one of the
Is that
recent... Trademark. The
Right.
Final Frontier. One of the recent wallpapers for Patreon members was the Space Shuttle poster that I illustrated. And I thought today we would go behind the scenes and show you one of the cool kind of techniques and some of the tips and tricks that I used to make the poster. And as always, it'll be some stuff that you can use as well.
Hopefully.
Well, we hope so. Mm-hmm. If you don't use it today, you'll use it in the future. So when I first wanted to do this, I wanted to look at some NASA mission patches and just start to get some inspiration for how like some of the NASA artwork looked, because I wanted the poster to be reminiscent of that. But I was looking around at some of these mission patches and just kind of trying to absorb it. I like to look for inspiration and think about the style and think about the colors. And one of the things I noticed over and over again were these little 4-pointed stars. And so like on this first patch we see a couple, and then on the second patch there's like a whole stream of 4-pointed stars, and then on the one on the bottom we've got some of these 4-pointed stars. And so I was like, well, that's something I really want to incorporate into my artwork. But being me, I don't want to draw 40 or 50 or 100 little 4-pointed stars. I want to figure out a way to make it easy for myself, but then that'll help you too.
And being me, time is money, because I run the business. So I'm like, you're not going to spend 8 days drawing some stars.
So you can see, here's the finished one, so you can see where the 4-pointed stars were. So let's look at a way to make this. We'll start out by making a new Photoshop document. So we'll go File, New, and I want to make this a square. So it really doesn't matter. We could go pixels or we could go inches. So let's see.
The square part's important though.
Yeah, it does need to be a square. So this looks like a pretty good size. 4,800 pixels is pretty big. If you're wanting to do something that's like teeny tiny detail, maybe you go smaller, but this will work for me. So we've got our new document, and I want to start by just making one star. So I'm going to make a new layer. So that way, anything I make on that layer, I can move around, right? If it's on the background layer, I'm kind of stuck with it. So I'm going to go to the shape tool, which is U on your keyboard. Not you, but the letter U. And so
You're the shape tool.
For the shape tool, you'll see there's lots of options here. And the one we want is the Polygon Tool. And now once we have that selected, we have to go to the options bar for that tool. First thing for this particular project, we want to set it to pixels. So your options are shape, path, or pixels. And for this project, we want pixels. And then the most important thing for this star is how many sides does it have? Well, it looks like the last time I used this tool, I left it on 8. We want to do a 4-pointed star, so we're going to set it to 4. And then we can click on the settings wheel. And now in here, instead of so it would just be a 4-sided polygon, which is just a box, by the way, right? A 4-sided polygon, it would just draw a box.
Math.
And like if we started drawing this right now, oh look, it would be a box. That's not a star. That doesn't help us. So we have to go into the settings and we have to click star. Amazing, right?
Hey, how about that?
So now we would get a 4-pointed star. That looks okay, but that doesn't really look like the ones we saw in the mission patches. Like if we zoom in on one of these, they're kind of the little parts of the star are a little fatter, right?
Fat.
The arms of the stars. So let's go back to our new document.
Not that we're judging.
And let's undo that. So let's go back to these settings for our tool. And it looks like we have the indent is by default set to 75 here. I'm thinking to get fat, we're going to need to get down like below 50, right?
Usually to get fat, you go above, but whatever.
So let's try 25 and see how fat that is. Ooh, it's too fat.
That's too fat.
Too fat. All right, so let's try.
That's like a Hello Kitty star.
45 and see what we've got there. Ooh,
that's not too bad.
That might be what we're looking for right there. So I'm going to make one that looks like that. So I think that looks pretty good. Well, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate all of your support and participating in the videos. We can't wait to see what you do with this brush and this technique. We're going to get on Discord right now and look at what you're doing. So get to it. That's right. So guys, thanks again. Stay on target, and we will see you next time.
Bye. Thank you to our Patreon members for their support and for making these videos possible.
To learn more and see step by step how we added this incredible stars to this illustration, Join us on the Brian and Dr. Kristy Patreon, and you'll be able to unlock access to tutorials, brushes, layered PSD files, and a lot more. So join us today, and we'll see you there.
Bye.